Hello everyone and welcome to the program Talk Sport here on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi. We have lots of actions and I have my left and right midfield, DM, everything, always active. So we'll be having so much conversations today in the world of sport. We'll be talking grassroots, we'll be talking Donald Trump and sport as well. Even the fact that the final, draw for the 2026 FIFA World Cup will be coming up this weekend. We'll be having all of those stories and many more on today's edition of Talk Sport. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Yes, if you're just joining, you hadn't missed much. This is Zil Talk Sport and I am Samuel Odi. Before I went on that quick break, I said I have my right wing, left wing, DM. Like when you call on her to yo, I need you to play this wing, it should be like, there's no problem. I'm talking about the queen of sports herself, Annie Etie.
Oh my God.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you. It's good to do this together.
I know the feeling,
We're almost training,
It's just that this is a direct. I'm in the spirit of the West Africa para stuff.
Yeah. We see Nigeria topping the medal table, and even the latest sensation, Ibrahim from KB State, winning gold medal, and our MD is excited about that.
Of course, she should be. It's our state, and repping her well, it tells a whole lot. But it's exciting to be on Talk Sport today.
Yes.
We have a lot lined up for our audience, and we always bring them the best of the best when it comes to the world of sport. But let's quickly start what we have for us with the World Cup qualifiers that happened and where we're headed now.
Yes.
It's the US, and I'm feeling a bit sad that Nigeria is going to be in the US, but it's what it is.
It is what it is. Football happens, and then they gave their best, but I'm not still happy with some couple of guys on that Spy Eagles team and NFF. We get beef.
Let's leave the NFL out of it, Sam.
We have a beef for now. But now let's talk Donald Trump. President Donald Trump is set to attend the draw for the FIFA World Cup finals, which will be happening in Washington later this so long. And then now we're seeing the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo also going to the White House to have dinner. You know, what do you think, and what do you think this tells about World Cup and sports generally?
Sam, you know the exciting about sports is that it's a unifier, it's a unifying factor that brings the whole world together. And then, just like you said, Trump is one man who you cannot predict. He has his mindset, he has his way of leadership, he has his way of bringing the world together when it comes to a whole lot of things. But sport this time around is actually interesting because, one, it's happening in the US, and then what more do you expect from Donald Trump? He has to be excited because he wants to bring out US and tell the world that US can do better in the world of sports, and they can stand tall. What an exciting one to have the World Cup being hosted there in the US in collaboration with other countries like Mexico and Canada. But this is a good one because now the world will see. Trust me, Trump is not going to rest on his oars. He's going to put the spotlight there. He's going to ensure everything is in place for the US, for all athletes, and the fan base. He wants to show that the US is still the world power in every aspect, and that's why he's not going to play adult. That's why he wants to show up. If you watch other adults, the recent match they played, and he was there live with the FIFA president to show that he's actually a lover of sports and he wants the world to embrace it with all their full chest.
Yes, you know, he said, Americans love good people. The president is a good man. And I love sports. So his words. So Donald Trump is, you know, he's a very good man, and then he has been doing so well, you know, trying to put up peace globally. So it's just interesting to see. So let's move away from that and come back home. Home, they say, is where the heart is. First West African Para Games, it's ongoing, and women's 80 kg arm wrestling gold medalist Emanuela Oluigbo eyes greater heights. This is just so interesting to see that Nigerians gold medalists in the women's 80 kg category of arm wrestling at the ongoing First African Para Games in Abeokuta. Emanuela Ofoma has set her eyes on reaching greater heights in the sport, stated as much in an exclusive interview with our correspondent a few minutes earlier as she clinched gold medal in the left and right hand event of her weight classification, while also calling on National Sports Commission to boost arm wrestling with financial backing and other forms of support. And then she admitted that it was a tough journey, and then the achievement is something that she got with joy. But now, 2 arms, left and right. She must be very powerful, Emanuela.
Is it just about the powers or the skill? You remember when they had the Wrestling Federation, Arm Wrestling Federation had their African Games, West Africa Games, and then we had Nigeria and other countries coming to Abuja here to do that. And it was actually an amazing one where we saw that. For us to see this play now for Emanuela Oluigbo, it shows that she has greater talent. For her to be able to execute both arms, it shows her creative mindset, her inner strengths coming to play. And showing that Nigeria can do stronger and better if we put our hearts to this. And I like the fact that the National Sports Commission has not actually put out any sports. They've actually always come through for every sport where they see talent, where they see display of raw talents wanting to put Nigeria in the spotlight when it comes to that particular sport. So yes, she's calling for them to also come and embrace her. For her to get gold medal, this is also showing Nigeria at the center place for Africa, that by the time we can do this in the African region, trust us, when we get to the outside world, when we get to the European point of view, it's going to be much more better than this. So we say thumbs up to Emanuela, and we say good one to you, and we hope to see her do better, not just in Abeokuta, but across the world. Yes,
let's talk about Abeokuta. A whole lot of activities has been happening in Abeokuta of late, and which is very encouraging and interesting. Is boosting the state's GDP, basically. So now, sport is a multi-billion-dollar, sporting hub. How cool will it be for other states to improve in their sports infrastructure, so as some of these events as well can move around, so as it to help and also help the National Sports Commission reduce their job in terms of discovering talent, not just waiting to a National Sports Festival or the Noga Games before we'll be able to see, new talent.
The good thing about this, Samuel, is that the fact that the National Sports Commission and the Sports Council that held their conference, Big Sport, I think Big Talk, Sports for 1.0, that was held in Calabar. The council met and they also had a good talk about how sport developments can come to play. And that showed the strength of where other states can come to also host tournaments and sports. And then good news is that Bayelsa has actually won to host. Kaduna has also won to host. So it shows that states are now embracing the hosting rights, which is one thing the DG of Sports Commission has actually been speaking for. That's Bukola Lupade has always been speaking about. That Abeokuta, yes, that's where he's from, but he has also seen the need for states to embrace this and also bring the revenue, generated revenue into the states, because one exposes the states in terms of the heritage they have, the culture. So, like what I'm putting on is that I got this in Abeokuta when I was there for the national sports games, and it shows that this is going out to the world. The world is seeing this, so it is a more beauty to see other states. For instance, now Bayelsa is going to host, and it's been exciting to see Bayelsa come to, and then Kaduna is going to do theirs as well. So we're going to see the states put out the best and also get, because we're going to look at hospitality, we're going to look at their culture, we're going to look at the kind of food they eat. That's also exposing it to the world, because apart from doing the national sports thing, it's going to get to the point of start having African games come to the states. If the infrastructure, good thing enough that the Sports Commission is also looking at how other stadiums across the states can be put together, because also one of the things that I put in the 2024 budget to see how that can go in, and 2025 budget is going to come in through, and we'll hope that these alignments they're trying to put in place work out fine for the Nigerian sports, and Nigerian sports will stand tall across the globe.
Nigerians, and again, Alhaji Shehu Dikko made it clear when he was appointed the chairman of National Sports Commission. He says, if you're not taking care of grassroots, don't come to me for international competition. And so far, he's doing so well. Alhaji, we salute you. Yes, so now let's move on. Let's talk AFCON quickly. Shocking one. Cameroon leave Onana out of Nations Cup squad, named Poor as coach. Cameroon have omitted goalkeeper Andre Onana from their squad from the African Cup of Nations starting this month in Morocco, and appointed David as the coach to replace Belgian Marca Bears. Onana on loan at a Turkish outlet for Manchester United is one of the for the last 15 years. The changes came after Cameroon failed to qualify for the 2026 World Cup in the United States, Mexico, and Canada. Manchester United winger Brian Mbeumo is in the squad along with Brighton Harvard midfielder Carlos Balbe. This is shocking. What's like your reaction to this? Onana has been a good goalkeeper, and I don't know. Do you think there's a Samuel Eto'o effect to this?
Well, Sam, this is football, and then I had a guest on Sunday where we talked about coaching the technical crew, how they can put out the best for every team that play, and if this decision is being made for Onana to be out of the Nations Cup squad, there should be a reason. The technical crew understand. It's just like how we played out our playoffs. We saw our goalkeeper at the point of the main football game. It was a lot of people felt he's been pompous, nonchalant, and all that. But the good thing he did for us was when he got to the penalty kick out, he was able to give us the save we needed. So he brought out himself to this. But let's see. Onana, the coach might have his reason. He might know why he wants him out of it. But he could be in the sub line to stand as a backup. We don't know yet. But we still have enough time ahead of the African Cup of Nations. So let's see what pans out at the end of the day. A lot of players are being left out, not just in Cameroon now, even in DR Congo. We have seen Wissa also left out of the Nations Cup squad rather. The Democratic Republic of Congo omitted forward Yohan Wissa from their 26-man squad for the African Cup of Nations, with the forward having been out of action since October. This is more reasonable because they are testing your fitness now to be sure whether we wouldn't want liability. Wissa, who is 29, suffered a knee injury on an international duty and has yet to feature for Newcastle since his move from Brentford at the start of the Premier League season. But he has returned to training as at yesterday. Newcastle manager Eddie says Yohan participated in an 11v11 training game while they were in Everton. However, DR Congo coach Sebastian has left Wissa out
of the squad for this month's tournament in Morocco. You know, a lot of teams now and countries, they are not even trying to take chances right now. They don't, if you're not like on 100%, please.
You're out of it.
You're out of it, because there's a lot of opportunities. There are younger guys that are very hungry, that have not actually featured in all of these competitions, that would want to give their all. And again, probably their pockets are dry. So they would definitely want to, you know, show out themselves and make sure that, yes, we want to actually have a place and fight for our jersey.
But the thing is, this is football, and football is one game that has won the hearts of a whole lot of people, the fan base, everybody, whether you like football or not. As long as your spouse is interested in football, for peace in your home, you watch football.
You watch football.
So that excitement has brought a lot of countries, clubs to want to also redefine the system and ensure that it's enjoyable when you sit to watch. Have you paid attention to when you're getting back home from work, you just see a lot of people sit in a bar aside just to get that relief. The football has come as a reliever of stress, and though a lot of people haven't played a lot of tension, we're here, and then our colleague was watching the Man U match and he was screaming. I was like, should I lock you into inside the office? But that's on the sideline. This is just basically telling that if any squad or any club or any country is saying we want you out of this picture, we want this, because they want the best of that football to play out for fan base and also to generate the income they need. And that's what it should be like. The spirit should be there, it should be high. It should get people excited to want to sit in the front of their screen and watch the game, because the game, trust me, these days, a lot of people are technical advisors.
A lot.
The fan base know the football, and I tell them, when they put in the field of play, can you even kick that ball? Can you do you have that strength, that stamina to run from goalpost to goalpost, play the midfield, you know, it's not easy. Give it to them. They're professionals, yes. This is what they do for a living, yes. But at the same time, it's something that you need to manage the mental picture and all that. So I like what they've done, getting Witter out of it so he can get his feet back. Yes, he's getting back on his feet with the training, him coming in on the training pitch. That's to see that they want to see if he's fit enough to get into the game, because the win is very important for the nation.
All right, let's talk our own now. Super Eagles, you know, we'll be expecting to see the provisional list later tomorrow, and also we'll see that CAF has given Eric Chell a deadline, I would say, to like advance to the semi-finals.
Exactly.
So that now would be whether your job will be safe or not, basically. But now looking at it now, looking at our squad, the Super Eagles have a very good squad.
Yes, they have.
They have a very, very good squad. We've seen the likes of Alex Iwobi coming out to say that, yes, the Super Eagles have what it takes for them to be able to go all the way to Morocco and win. Looking at our squad now, what do you think, and how we performed in our last couple of games, how do you think we're going to do differently? Do you think the Super Eagles have the depth, really, and if they really want to play, to like win all the way?
Okay, for me, I think
compensates Nigerians for not going to the World Cup.
The thing is, I like the fact that Eric Chelle has been given this particular time frame to look at his team. For me, he's not doing badly, trust me, because coaching is not easy at all. And look at this team that he has been able to put together. They are fantastic, they're good. They just need to calm down and put away pressure. Good enough that the FIFA World Cup qualifiers, the playoff and everything played out that way. And everybody had said, move your attention to AFCON now. Show Nigerians you are good enough on the field of play and you can do better. So if Eric can look at his list of people, look at his reshuffling. I like what he did during the playoffs. When he saw that something was not going right, he was able to substitute them and bring in the right person to come into play. When he saw that one person or at the midfield or the attacking forwards was missing it, he pulled out. It doesn't matter who your name is. Yes, we had...
we saw what he did to Tolu Arokodare during the playoffs. I was very happy with that decision.
I was impressed.
You came in as a substitute. You're not even playing well. Come out.
That's it. Because he's looking for results. Yes. Because when he's going to get the fireworks back at him, it's not going to be you, the player as well. So I like the fact that they're giving him the time frame to become the first to unveil the squad. Yes, it's good enough that he's going to do that and put himself out. But another thing I'm going to tell him is that he needs to pay attention to their strengths. Yes, 90 minutes is not one easy one. And I like the fact that he's always smart to know when to pull out somebody. So I'm trusting that at AFCON, Nigeria, Super Eagles would do better than they did in the FIFA World Cup because they know Nigerians
will not have it easy. Will not have it easy with them. I think where Nigerians are a bit calm now is because of the fact that there's AFCON, and
that's used to compensate. Nigerians.
Yes, we just have to use that to compensate Nigerians. But now, we'll still talk more football. But before we get into that, we'll be having a conversation because they say what a man can do, a woman can do it better. We're going to have a conversation around female sport and all of that. But before we get into that, we're bringing you a conversation again around what happens in the boxing rings. I told you earlier that we have so much to talk about today. Deontay Wilder and Usyk.